Hey guys, welcome to Red 50. Thank you for tuning into another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So I recently came across a Mustang Ecoboost 2020 brand new that was race red and black accent package. So I thought it would be an interesting video to kind of show the visual differences between a Mustang GT and a Mustang Ecoboost from the exterior. Now keep in mind the 2020 Mustang Ecoboost that I came across is a base interior, so the interior is going to be different than obviously the GT Premium. But if you were to equip the base interior on the GT or the Premium interior on the Ecoboost, it would be the exact same thing, as there's no differences in the interior for these two cars. However, the difference lies within the exterior, and I think it's really cool that Ford has done minor differences between both models, whether it's a base or a premium. So my 2019 Mustang GT is the race red exterior with the black accent package. That's why you've got the black wheels, blacked out front grille, and even the blacked out roof, as you can see. So I think overall, just looking at the comparison from the Mustang Ecoboost, which is also race red with the black accent package, it will be pretty much identical car, with the differences being only what's going to be different between a GT and an Ecoboost model. So in this video, I wanted to cover the differences on the front, the side of the car, and also the rear end of the Ecoboost versus GT. This covers all the visual differences between an Ecoboost and a GT model. Let's go. Alright, so for front, we've got the honeycomb blacked out grille with the black pony. This is going to be, the pony itself is going to be the same for the Ecoboost and the GT, as you can see here. But the grille in itself, this one's got a honeycomb grille style. As you can see here, I think it adds a really nice touch to the GT front end, while the Ecoboost got this plain looking grille. It's pretty generic, it's matte black, nothing to rave about. And since this is a GT, we've got these fangs on the front end, as you can see right here, and on the other end as well. I think it looks a little bit aggressive. This is similar to what you would find on S197 Mustangs, where the GT models had the fog lights versus the V6 models. The lower grille on my GT is also honeycomb, although it's not piano black or the glossy finish like this one up here. This is more of a matte black finish. I wish they had gone with the glossy black on both ends, but I don't think it looks all that bad. It's matte black. Versus the Ecoboost, you can see it doesn't have the honeycomb style, but it's got a different looking, similar grille to the upper grille, but it's pretty generic. It's matte black again. Now as far as the remaining front end is concerned, it's pretty much exactly the same, from the lights to the hood vents and the hood lines and everything. You also get the LED standard fog lights on your Ecoboost, as you can see here, but the rest of it is pretty much identical, so there's nothing differentiating the GT versus Ecoboost aside from the grills, basically. Now coming onto the side, it's also pretty much identical. Obviously you've got the 50 badge. Mine has the blacked out because of the black accent package. As you can see with the black accent package, you also get these wheels, which are identical on the Ecoboost as well. Ecoboost obviously does not have any fender badges. I believe if you get the high performance Ecoboost, you can get this 2.3 decal, or not the decal, but like a logo there. But for a normal Ecoboost, as you're seeing here, it's pretty much no difference beside the 50 badge. Now coming to the rear end of my 2019 Mustang GT with the black accent package and race red, you can see it's pretty much comparable to the Ecoboost. The difference is obviously being the quad exhaust tip on the GT models, whereas for Ecoboost you got a dual exhaust tip. Unless you get the active exhaust, then you get the full quad exhaust setup. But if you're just looking for the standard Ecoboost model, you get a dual exhaust compared to this quad exhaust tip, which I think looks really mean. Now another difference is actually the spoiler. It's something I didn't really pay attention to because I thought they would be pretty similar, exact same thing. But you can see the spoiler on this Mustang GT has this little curve here, and also kind of extends across this, you know, gap here or whatever, this like the trunk design. So you can see it kind of extends over here, whereas the Ecoboost kind of ends here, as you can see from this clip. And lastly, the rear valance is also a little bit different. As you can see with the GT, you've got these nice design to it, as opposed to a pretty generic one on the Ecoboost base model. But yeah, that's about it for the rear end. As you can see, no changes besides that. The tail lights, the badging, obviously you've got a GT here, you would have the pony emblem there. But aside from that, the rear end is pretty much identical. So the main things are obviously the exhaust tips, the rear valance, and surprisingly the spoiler. I think it's really cool to see all these exterior differences between the Ecoboost and the GT. Obviously they're the same car in the end, it's an S550 Mustang design, but it's cool that Ford put all these little details into the GT model versus the Ecoboost, as opposed to just giving us a bigger engine. Obviously the biggest giveaway would be the sound and the exhaust. So if you see two cars going and you don't really know much about these cars, then obviously if you know the exhaust sound, obviously V8's going to sound much better than the Ecoboost. But you know, if you're someone who is not trained, I think these are small little differences that you can tell. The biggest giveaway obviously is the GT emblem and the 50 badge on the side, but if it's a D badge, these are the things you can look out for. I personally love the S550 Mustang design. I have to say, there's so many little cool touches. The lines flow really well. I used to have an S197 Mustang, but I think this one kind of really knocks it out of the park. So let me know what you guys think of these differences between the Ecoboost versus GT. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and always subscribe to Red 50 for more videos.